Hi everyone, my name's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you an update on Aidan, who is now 9 months old. So you're probably wondering where Aidan is, and he is currently sleeping because trying to film anything with a crawling, moving, active baby is proving to be more and more difficult. I'm a little bit on the grumpy side today because I haven't had much sleep. He is able to sleep through the night, but it's just not guaranteed, and unfortunately he still has a habit of waking up in the middle of the night. It is just once, it isn't usually any more than that, but at the moment, because of what I'm about to explain to you, that once a night can be crippling for my sleep. So Aidan at the moment is teething. He has 2 teeth and the process has been horrible, but this has really affected his latch. I am still breastfeeding and he is not latching properly at all, and it's only on the one breast. The other one doesn't seem to be that bad, but basically what this has meant is that I have developed something called a milk bleb, which is basically like a little ulcer on the nipple, and oh my god, it is so painful. So this is like a little sore that is just on the sort of right on the teat, and it is very, very sore. So I'm a bit sleep deprived, I'm a bit fragile and a little bit grumpy, so excuse the bumbliness of this video today, or if I start looking like I'm going to sleep. So in regards to milk blebs, there's not much you can really do about it really. They suggest that is mostly caused by poor latching, so one of the main things that you could do to resolve it is actually address the latching issue. I've tried multiple different ways of latching Aidan during breastfeeding, and none of it seems to be working. So I have read that saline or salt water soaks on the breast can help. I found also which bra I was wearing at the time made a huge difference. So anything with padding tended to chafe the nipple quite badly, so I'm back to wearing quite soft bras without much padding support. I have read that breast milk can help it because it's got excellent antimicrobial properties and antibacterial properties, so and healing properties. So I've occasionally been rubbing my own breast milk on it, which is quite convenient because of where it is. But I'm finding the only thing that can help is actually by taking painkillers, unfortunately. So taking paracetamol or ibuprofen is the only way that it kind of deals with the pain, and it is painful. It is really painful. It's not so much during the day because either I forget about it or maybe his latch is better during the day. During the night it is excruciatingly painful, and it's really affecting my sleep. But I'll keep you up to date on what's going on, and hopefully next time I give you a baby update it'll be better news, or I would have stopped breastfeeding. So on that subject, I haven't really considered stopping breastfeeding yet. This whole thing with the milk bleb and the pain has been the first time I've genuinely considered stopping, but I've just kind of gone on the idea that I will stop when he wants to stop, or when it seems to be the right time to stop. He is a big boy. I mean, he's long and he's difficult to hold whilst breastfeeding, but again, not really an issue. We can get around that. It's more also to do with the social aspect, so being able to start then going out and letting people feed him through the bottle. Because of COVID-19 and lockdowns all over the world, and especially in the UK and the country, we haven't really gone anywhere. Nothing's been open to go out for dinner or anything like that, or get a babysitter in. So it's not really been an issue up till now. But now, as the world is starting to reopen, we want the choice to be able to go out, and this is where getting him on the bottle will be more convenient. So he is teething, as I previously mentioned. He now has 2 teeth, which are the obvious first ones on the bottom. The top 2 middle ones are pushing through. In fact, I think one broke only today, maybe yesterday, and the other one's coming next to it. So I've got 4 teeth on the go. His gums either side of his first 2 teeth are looking lumpy and red and sore, so loads of stuff is going on with his teeth, bless him, and he has been suffering so badly. Other than using the usual Bonjela, teething granules, Calpol, we haven't really been doing anything else. I've been occasionally getting some cooled down in the fridge chew toy, and he'll chew on that for a bit. But other than that, what can you do? You just got to wait it out. And I cannot wait for this teething malarkey to stop. But I realise I've got a fair whack of time before that happens, at least a year, because we're going to have to deal with the molars, the incisors, and all the rest of it. So it's going to be a long old time for these teeth to come. In regards to milestones, so I feel like he's knocking them off left, right, and centre. So he is now crawling at an insane, alarming pace. He is starting to balance on his own without support. So he'll basically crawl up to something, get on his feet, and then he'll just let go. And he'll stand there for a couple of seconds like, ta-da! And then he'll fall on his bum or put his hands down. But he's starting to be a little bit more bold. Also, walking with a little walker. So we have a little walker with wheels that you then push, and he's discovered what this does all of a sudden. Now that he's discovered this, he's obsessed with this thing, and he's so happy with himself. He just has a huge smile on his face, and he's walking around there. Oh my goodness, I'm walking. So he's getting the taste for walking early, just as I predicted. And finally, he is climbing the stairs, which again, I just didn't think he would have the coordination to do at this point. We will never leave him out of sight generally, but there will become times, I think, where he's just too quick for us and he'll just leg it to the stairs and start climbing up the stairs too quickly. So I think just for his safety and our peace of mind, we're just going to have to get stair gates out, which is, again, just an alien idea for us, because my daughter didn't crawl until she was 10 and a half months. She didn't walk until she was 18 months. So we were at completely the other end of the spectrum when it came to her and these gross motor skills milestones. Before, with her, we didn't have to actually have stair gates, because by the time my daughter was actually moving, she understood the concept of no, and she naturally was a more cautious baby anyway. So she had no interest in the stairs, she had no interest in climbing the stairs, she had no interest in going anywhere near the top of the stairs. So we just have never had that fear. But seriously, we're going to have to really ramp up the baby proofing of the house. In weird other news as well, I am incredibly broody. Which is a weird thing to admit, but and don't worry, we are not having another child. This is on record now. We are not having another child. We do not want another child. We have a lovely balance in our home life and family life as it is, and we do not want to add another child to that. It's on record. But saying that, my body is telling me in all sorts of ways that I want another baby. We are not mentally, physically, emotionally, financially prepared to have another baby. So this is why it's not happening. But I can't stop thinking about babies. I don't know what it is. I feel like every baby that I walk past on the street seems to be calling me. I think about babies and having another baby and being pregnant again. I watch things on the TV about babies. I can't stop thinking about it. And I think this is basically my body's way of telling me that I am physically ready to have another child. So because Aidan is now being slowly weaned onto solids more, I am now breastfeeding him less. Makes sense. And things like my periods have now come back, and my body is now almost recovering from the previous pregnancy. And with this comes all the sort of hormones that get you ready for having another baby again. And it's hard. I think also mentally, I am a little bit in conflict as well, because Aidan is now, he's no longer a little baby, he's now almost a toddler. And I realised that because he's now less of a baby, and we're not having another baby after this, I'm really clinging on to that baby stage that's left in him, and I'm going to really miss it. It's been harrowing, and having a tiny baby is hard work, and it's really stressful, and you're full of anxiety and all the rest of it. You're sleep deprived and you're stressed and everything. But There is something really simple about having a little tiny newborn that's dependent completely on you, and all the cuddles and the smells, and oh yeah, again, see, I told you I was broody. So there you go, really quick video. I really hope you found this useful. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and hit like down below. And I hope to catch up with you next time. And I'll give you a little video at the end of this just to show you Aidan cuddles and what he's like. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi. Hello. Hi. You're pink cheeked.